I'm sure all of you must have heard the phrase, think outside the box. But how many of you have heard the phrase, think inside the box? Thinking outside the box refers to doing something different, something brilliant, which makes you stand out from the crowd and gives you rapid success. The box metaphorically represents your thinking capacity and your creative boundary. But is the box something that limits us? What if the box isn't the enemy? What if the box is what helps us succeed? Algorithms run so much of our world. They tell us what to do, what to buy, and even how to solve problems. But beyond algorithms lies something human. The ability to create, the ability to dream, and the ability to succeed. This is what I would call thinking inside the box. It's not about limiting creativity or ambition. It's about giving shape to your dreams to make sure that they turn into a reality. My journey so far has been challenging and satisfying at the same time. And that has taught me a lot. A lot about what to do, a lot about human relations, a lot about connections, and a lot about failures. And whatever little success I've seen so far, it is just the beginning. Remember, success isn't bounded by your creative opportunity. It depends on what you want to do. It requires you building a platform that relies on your success, step by step, with creativity and with purpose. I've had multiple experiences over my life, but I would like to share with you 3 incidents where thinking inside the box has truly helped me. And based on these 3 experiences, I've come up with a 4-step process on how to achieve success. These 4 steps have allowed me to carve my way on a path to success and have allowed me to make a tangible impact on the world. These are A, B, C, and D. A stands for a name for your dream. Like the title of a movie or book, every dream should have a name. And this dream needs to be broken down into several smaller parts to not only help you, but to also build a bridge towards your destination. Since grade 3, I've been writing various short stories and sharing these experiences with various publications. During the pandemic, when life was at a standstill, I decided to pursue a long-standing dream of mine, writing a science fiction novel. But simply saying, I want to write a book wasn't enough. So I asked myself, what kind of story did I want to tell? Who were the characters and what did they represent? And this was the fruition. Writing the finer details of my story took me around 6 months, and it was not easy. My journey, my novel, tells about a story 300 years on from now. My protagonist, Captain Miles, the brave police officer, represents the isolation and desperation many of us felt during those times. My antagonist, Ethan, became a metaphor for chaos, a perfect example of the times we were living through. By simply breaking down my book into smaller parts, I was able to give my dream project strategy and direction. Remember, success is what you want it to be. Be kind, be creative, know your limits, think inside the box, and let it take you where you have always wanted to go. Next, B stands for build your box. Even after you've named your dream, even after you have given it some sense of purpose, you need to build a strong foundation that helps you turn those dreams into a reality. This July, I got a surprise call from Qatar Foundation. Let me give a reenactment. Aditya, there's a high-level delegation traveling to Kurdistan to sign an MOU with the Kurdish Prime Minister's office. I was intrigued, and the call continued. Aditya, the project also aims to inspire students and teach them about MUNs. By the way, the trip is fully paid. So, I couldn't believe it. I was chosen by Qatar Foundation from over 1,000 students to represent in the 11-man delegation. As you can see, this was our 11-man delegation, and this was taken right in the markets of Kurdistan. How many of you have heard about Kurdistan, by the way? A show of hands? Not many, as I can see. It's a small, semi-autonomous region in the northern area of Iraq. It's picturesque, beautiful, and known for its beautiful scenery. But my dad was unwilling to let me go because of my safety concerns, as there was political unrest in the region. But I somehow managed to convince him. The thing is, Kurdistan represents centuries of rich culture and heritage. And I was proud to not only mentor students there, but to also experience this culture. The program aimed to inspire around 120 students who are unaware of global diplomacy or debating. As soon as our flight landed at Erbil International Airport, I was greeted by the organizers, and this made the experience even more special. We were treated like family, and this touched my heart. I remember, we simulated a communication between the local government and the UN, which mirrored real-world conflicts. At the end of the program, we had students come up and tell us that they hadn't ever given speeches before, but were now passionate about it. Their transformation inspired me and showed me that the sky is the limit. We limit ourselves. C stands for challenge the challenges. No journey is complete without setbacks, but as they say, challenges are our biggest teachers. Let me share with you the challenges that I faced when I volunteered with Qatar at Crescent. Since a young age, I've been volunteering with the ICC, ICBF, Qatar Charity, and various local organizations, thanks to my sister. Yes, that's me in grade 7. Thanks to my sister, who used to take the lead in these initiatives and also introduced me to MUNs. For a school project, I was tasked with researching the living conditions of labor camp workers in Qatar, about 200 of them. On paper, the project seemed simple about the qualitative and quantitative data, but it quickly became apparent that numbers alone couldn't tell the full story. Many of the workers were hesitant to share their stories and were afraid of the consequences, and building trust took a lot of time and effort. At first, these challenges felt uneasy and I wanted to give up, but I took it upon myself to take it as an opportunity to learn and to grow. My native language, Hindi, came in handy as well when I started to write out surveys for them. Slowly, I began to listen, truly listen to their stories as they voiced their concerns. One worker shared about how he hadn't seen his family in years, but continued to provide for them. Another spoke about the current hardships that he faced, but his longing for a successful future continued. Challenges that you face in your life aren't roadblocks, they're stepping stones. If you're ever faced with a challenge, take it upon yourself to learn and grow from it, and never back down. D stands for dream small or big, but dream. The final hurdle towards achieving success will always be a lack of self-commitment. Even if you've defined your dream, even if you've given it sense of purpose and direction, a lack of self-commitment will always be there. You might always need to fine-tune and rethink your approaches, no matter what the case may be. I've had to do it at every stage of my life, whether it was teaching students in Kurdistan, or writing my novel, or when I was helping those labor camp workers. For example, while I was giving my presentation in Kurdistan, I had to modify the approach as they were unaware of global diplomacy. When I was writing out the final sketches of my characters, I had to make sure they resonated with my novel's messages. Reflection allows you to celebrate your wins and also allows you to understand where you can improve, while adaptation makes sure that you evolve with your goals. It's important to make sure that your box, the one that you have been crafting so perfectly all along, isn't a limitation, but a change maker, a role model for success, and it allows you to carve your path for success. Finally, I want you to think inside the box before you think outside the box. Winning hundreds of medals and trophies has only given me momentary joy, a sense of what success could feel like, but seeing the smiles on the faces of those on whom I've had a positive impact is everlasting. Success is everlasting, it's flexible, and it allows you to become a better person than you could have ever thought of. So, what were the 4 steps? A, stands for a name for your dream. B stands for build your box. C stands for challenge the challenges. And D stands for dream small or big but dream. Remember, your box isn't a cage. It's a launch pad. It's the foundation that helps your dreams turn into a reality. It is the structure that allows creativity to thrive. So, I want you to challenge yourself. I want you to build your box. And once you've achieved success, once you've truly achieved success, that is when you can truly begin to think outside the box. Thank you.